A family pit bull in Elk Grove is dead tonight, shot and killed by police following multiple attacks in one neighborhood.
And it was unfortunate that we had to take the action that we did, but we had no other options.
It happened last night. One of the victims says the pit bull charged at him first and then went on to attack others in a nearby park.
New tonight, CBS 13's Angela Greenwood spoke to the man and joins us now with more on this.
Tony and Christina, police say it was a very dangerous situation. That pit bull was on the loose, running around the neighborhood and attacking people. Now, this victim tells us he's glad his wounds are not worse, while the family of the dog says they still cannot believe this even happened.
He's described as a playful and sweet dog.
He was one of those pit bulls that you could use as a pillow to sleep with.
But Tuesday night, Slowpoke was quick to attack.
There's the puncture wound right there.
Darren Sissum says it happened around 9:45.
A big, about 100-pound white pit bull charged at me.
He was walking to his car when Slowpoke ran onto his driveway and latched onto his leg.
And I had to reach down and punch him in the nose to get him to let go.
Slowpoke started to run away. So Sissum, already on the phone with 911, got into his car and followed the dog.
And the dog started to walk across the field
To a park nearby where Slowpoke charged at two men sitting on a bench and started attacking one of them.
and he was screaming to get the dog off of him.
Elk Grove PD spokesperson Chris Trim says 3 people in total were bit by the dog, and when officers arrived, they were equipped with a beanbag shotgun, a taser, and a dog catching tool. But when they located Slowpoke,
The dog came out of a bush between 2 houses and charged directly at one of the officers.
that officer opened fire and killed him.
Patrol sergeant had no other means of escape.
Sissum says the owner of the dog was on scene following the incident but showed no remorse. Tonight, the owner's roommate says Slowpoke had slipped from his leash during a walk and that the attack was completely out of his character.
Our dog was just never like that normally. So again, we apologize sincerely.
Now, police tell us the owner of the dog will likely receive a citation from animal control. And of course, after any dog bite, they're also concerned about rabies. But they say the owner has refused to show proof of the dog's vaccination record. So the folks who were bit will have to wait about a week to find out if they're at any risk. But again, these injuries, we're told, are all non-life threatening. So that is the good news.
Yeah, I got to feel for the family of the dog, but still, scary situation.
Very
for people who were bit.
scary. Yeah. Glad it wasn't worse.
No doubt. Angela, thanks.